It's the D1 Glazer, Ariel Helwani.
D1 Glazer, bro, is pretty bad.
This guy's a D1 Glazer.
And you know what? I think you meant it.
Why did you moan at Rampage Jackson when he showed you his abs?
He just said, right.
Every month, every 2 months, like a high school classmate will be like, have you seen this? And they send it to me, like, yes, I was in the interview. I was there.
White House. Is it possible that this fight actually happens?
I would be shocked if it doesn't happen.
Chances it's Jones Aspinall.
I think that could happen too.
Do you think Jones has been ducking him?
Yes. I think WrestleMania was not great. I was not a fan of the John Cena heel turn.
I'm a little disappointed in Cena. We're watching like a midlife crisis happen. I wish he would be more like me and just be himself.
I hate the Pacers. I hate the Pacers. Can I just say something?
What?
Sure. Tyrese.
Come on, hey, come on.
That fucking shtick with the choking after game one. Ooh, like he looked like such a D1 fucking loser. 2016, when I broke the Brock Lesnar news, I was banned from the UFC.
Are you upset that your relationship with the UFC and Dana White has unfolded the way it has?
We've had conversations. Do I leak it? Oh,
I think you did on one of them.
What? Never.
You did, the Conor thing.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, let's go.
Regarding you being a D1 Glazer,
yeah,
it gets worse.
It gets worse. Oh no. Everyone? What? You guys.
Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna wear headphones today. It might be a game time decision. What do you think?
I mean, I already have mine on. This is how I shut out the real world.
Wait, I'm hungry.
And go into the pretend world.
Wait, I'm hungry.
I know, don't be a Oh.
Thanks, Dylan.
I guess that hunger's a wrap.
Must be nice to say I'm hungry and someone just throws a sandwich at you.
Yeah, welcome to being rich.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen to me.
Are you hungry?
That much.
If you said you're hungry, I bet you get a sandwich.
Did someone say something?
Hey.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Throw it anyways. No, throw it anyways.
It's probably poisoned or some shit.
What the F? Dude, what? What?
You are really mean. You are really mean to him, dude. I saw the
Ariel?
Yeah, I saw the clip.
What clip?
Just where you I don't know, dude. You just said some stuff that just wasn't super nice.
Have we started? Is this official?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, when you gave me that nice hug over there, I was trying to make sure that there wasn't a knife in my back from the fucking clip. Can I set it up for you guys?
Yeah.
Here I am on DAZN. The great Kate Scott is by my side, formerly known as Kate Abdo. They tell us, okay, we have time to fill. Logan Paul is going to join us. In my mind, I say, friend, companion, mutual
colleague,
respect.
100%.
He knows how to fill time. He knows how to kill time. He's he's an entertainer. By the way, I've watched almost every episode of this podcast. I've never seen Logan eat in the middle of the podcast. So that, first off, disrespect right off the bat, okay? I know I'm not fucking, Triple H here,
Trump.
but for the fucking hell, these guys eating. Okay, I understand. I'm low on the totem pole. Fine. There I am. I say, let's have some fun. Let's cut some promos. They just had an event in Riyadh. Let me build this guy up. Let's do a good little shtick, right? I'll be his wise man. I'm Jewish. Paul Heyman.
It was finally your big chance.
Yes. This was my shot. And then it's a loud place. There's all these kids. And he turns to his, one of his jabroni cameramen. And no disrespect. I don't think it was you. I don't think it was you. It was another guy. It was another guy. And I think he's saying to the cameraman, like, yo, this guy's good, man. Like, we should do something together. Cool. A couple weeks later, can I keep going or can I break the fourth wall?
No, you're
break
good.
Kayfabe. WWE Unreal. Everyone's breaking kayfabe. Okay, I get a DM from him saying like, hey man, actually first I get the DM and I say to my wife who's in the car with me like, oh, this is probably Logan inviting me to be a part of his like thing. Like I was like, oh, I killed it so bad. This is probably Logan inviting me to be like his guy, his wise man, his oracle, his advocate. Play the thing out loud. My daughter's in the car as well. I play the voice note out loud. Guys, this is me. I'm going to get the coolest points here, right? Hey, bro, just wanted to give you a heads up. My latest vlog just came out and there's a period there where like you're bigging me up. And then I turn to the camera and I say, this guy's a D1 Glazer, bro. Now, I had notes, but my editor, he missed that note. Oh my God, he never misses note, but he just so happened to miss that note. Of course, me being the YouTube expert that I am, I know that you could even go back to the back end of YouTube and edit it.
That's too much work.
It's literally just sitting there.
It takes hours to process.
Hours to process my ass. It takes 10 minutes.
No,
you guys are a big
the
channel.
trim on YouTube, editors hard.
I have so much respect. We got a good thing, but that was just me being the bad guy. I say, let me see what this clip is all about. And there it is. This guy's a D1 Glazer, bro. And then I showed it to my kids, my boys, who are 13 and 11, and the hurt that they felt in their heart.
No.
Yeah, they felt like you had not only stabbed me in the back, but them in the back. They took these wine bottles that they have all over their room, emptied them out, flushed them down the toilet.
No, come
Said,
on,
Dad,
that's good prime.
Bring us the. I'm not going to say the other competitor. Bring us the other ones. We're done with this guy. D1 Glazer, bro, is pretty bad. Is pretty bad. And you know what? I think you meant it. I don't think this was a gimmick. I don't think this was kayfabe. And here, who has had your back more than me? Who has had your back more than me? Who has
Mike?
Well, in the media space.
He stabbed me in the back a lot of times too, man. I'll be honest.
And he stabbed me in the back.
True.
Maybe that's a sign.
Gotta
of
get
love.
him back.
Yeah.
No.
And so I felt some sort of way, and I actually didn't say anything about it for like 2 weeks, but it kept building up.
Yeah,
building
dude,
up, building up.
you delayed. I thought I had made it out of the
you didn't
D1
think that, because I wanted to
Glazer.
see if you were going to go into the back end and just take that out, but you didn't. You wanted it out there.
I left it in.
Yeah, you
And
it.
but let me just clarify, because my editor Gio, howdy Gio.
Another jabroni.
No, not Gio.
No,
You
not
can't. No,
okay,
this guy's a ninja.
Yeah.
And he never misses a note.
Yeah, how did he
And
miss this one?
He technically kind of didn't. I'll be honest. All right, I'll just be honest.
Okay, we're breaking all the kayfabe.
I said it twice.
You said it twice? In the back too? Wow.
Oh, is that what happened? He caught one of them.
What?
Because I was like, remove the D1 Glazer. Like me and Ariel are cool.
Why just remove one?
No, I think
he thought my note was remove the one, and the first one was even crazier. Bro.
It was worse.
It wasn't like there was no gap, but we were talking like this, and I just turned and went, "This dude's a D1 Glazer."
Like on the broadcast?
Yeah, it was smooth.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
So you didn't see what I was doing, or at least you didn't appreciate it.
What do you mean?
Well, I was trying to put you over, as they say in the.
Oh no, I know. That's why I call you D1 Glazer.
Yeah, but that's not a compliment.
But he's playing the heel role.
Yeah.
But you thought you were going to be a part of the heel team.
Yeah, because then he tells me I wanted it out and it's still in.
You want to be part of heel team 6.
Which, by the way, is a heel move. To tell me you wanted it out, but they left it in and you couldn't take it out.
Yeah, you seem deeply offended.
Nah, I'm good. It's actually probably better for my street cred to be at odds with you.
Do you think you are a D1 Glazer though? Is there merit in the statement?
Towards who? You in particular? Or in life?
I just feel like in general there could be a lot of glaze coming from you.
Really? This is actually counter to what most people say.
I was going to say that.
They say I'm a hater.
Yeah, D1 hater.
Yeah.
Maybe he just really likes you.
By the way,
Have you ever
what's
thought about
worse,
that?
being a D1 hater or a D1 Glazer?
D1 haters are whack, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely way worse.
I feel like you kind of are a little bit of a hater sometimes too.
Now,
How you going to switch up,
I'm
bro?
both? Fucking hell. I'm the worst. I'm 50% each.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, let's go. We're being honest right now.
All right. Regarding you being a D1 Glazer,
Yeah. You feel bad.
it gets worse.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Guys,
Oh, no. Both of you? I was going to bring merch too.
not just us, dude.
Oh, no.
The whole crew.
The whole crew? Everyone? What? Fuck you guys. Pat too?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Pat too.
Yo.
These are available right now on Fanatics
Stop.
in collaboration with WWE, whose network we're in now in. Get these over on Fanatics, guys. It's the Ariel Helwani D1 Glazer shirt with Fanatics and WWE.
The printing is a little sus.
Well, they've got a better version.
all
It's
right,
a
yeah.
prototype.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. I wanted to make one.
I got one for my daughter as well.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you got one for me. Wow.
No, we have one for you.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah,
I
hell
mean,
yeah,
I
dude.
can't quite fit into that one. Holy shit. I'm actually kind of honored.
He might be one of the first
you're
people
wearing
that's ever
Helwani
had
merch.
impulsive merch.
Yes, this is a
Right?
big deal.
Dude, that's for your
thank
kids.
you. Wow, you know what?
D1 Glazer.
This is a big deal. This is a big
Hey,
deal.
hey,
It
hey.
actually kind of feels like an olive branch, if I'm being honest. Is there a WWE logo on this? Am I
Yeah.
part of the family?
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, guys.
Who made
Appreciate
this?
Trips.
Was it Gio? Our editor?
Made the graphic on it.
Okay.
Fucking hell. The
Excellent.
printing, I have to say, is like a 2 out of 10.
I mean,
Like,
dude,
look at
it's
this.
actually not a Fanatics
Oh,
piece.
I
Like,
didn't
no,
know.
it's not.
Yeah,
I
their
got
stuff
you.
is way nicer.
But we are in the.
You guys
Fanatics
look great,
network.
though.
Thanks, man.
My face right there.
Look, I really do like you a lot, and I've been meaning to have you on this podcast. The issue is, I'm a little bit of a joke thief, and when someone in my crew says something funny, I'll basically hijack it.
Okay.
And I turn around and Kevin said him right there.
This guy?
That jabroni. He goes, that dude's a D1 Glazer. I was like, that's a nice.
It is
Did you
okay.
know of the term before?
I know what a
said?
Glazer is.
Yeah,
I've never heard of D1.
D1 is like obviously the highest level of glaze.
Well, I would imagine.
Yeah,
D3 Glazer would
Yeah,
be a
no,
little bit.
that's like a
you
little
know.
bit lighter.
Yeah, it would be a little
Yeah.
shitty. I never heard that. If I'm being honest, I didn't really mind because I feel like, look, you know, like any sort of animosity is good for business, as they like to say. But I did sort of feel like if you really were bothered by it, you could have went out there and edited it.
Yeah, that is true.
I didn't even think about that. I totally could have.
No, it's all good. Listen, I made
totally
it onto
could've.
the vlog. It's a big deal.
Listen, guys.
I generally under the impression like if something's online, it's there. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sleep in this bed that I made.
No, it's all good. Listen.
Okay, now that the big news for the unemployed section of the podcast is over, can we introduce Ariel Helwani and
The unemployed section.
I mean, come on, dude. This was fun and games. Let's talk about some real shit. Let's talk about some combat sports, dude.
All right, let's go.
Say something nice about it.
All right.
Yeah, usually you have like a long.
He's gonna do it right now.
Yeah. All right.
Do I
all
even
right.
get that?
Yeah,
In
I'll give
between
you
bites.
I'll give you an intro, but I'll be honest, my intros have gotten
They're so bad.
all I do is say, ladies and gentlemen, and then I say the guest
And then,
name.
okay, that's
Give
Let me
him a
see if
little
I
bit
can. Yeah,
more.
I could see if I could because I've known. I mean, let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the D1 Glazer, Ariel Helwani. I was gonna say like the voice of MMA, the mind behind mixed martial arts,
Legend
Combat
of
sports.
commentary.
legend commentary,
sure,
combat sports.
15-time
15-time
MMA
what?
Journalist of the Year.
15
Reigning,
time,
defending, in
15
a row, consecutive,
15 times.
often imitated, never duplicated.
Bro, he's
Yeah.
been doing this since when?
2000.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah.
The MMA hour.
Man.
The
MMA Hour 2009.
I was reading that in my PDF today. I was just
Yeah.
like, dude, you've been commentating on MMA forever.
Technically since 2001.
Not forever, I guess. But that's
2001. UFC wasn't even 8 years old. I'm a student at Syracuse University, and I get there. If you want to know the
Yeah,
story,
yeah.
I get there. I'm at Syracuse University. I want to be a broadcaster. I grow up. I look up to the likes of Bob Costas, Marv Albert. You know these guys?
Yeah,
These
Bob-
are legendary.
Bob Menery.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, not quite him, but I did meet him in Vegas one time. But
Oh,
good.
God.
That sounds
my
about
God.
right.
Anyway, so I say I'm going to go to Syracuse University because all these guys went to Syracuse, and so this is the place to be the next NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball play-by-play guy or broadcaster. And I get there, and every single kid wants to be the exact same thing. For the first time in my life, I'm surrounded by 1,000 other kids who want to be the exact same thing, the next Marv Albert, Bob Costas, etc. And so I remember it's September of 2001. School is about to start, and I tell my parents, every kid here wants to be the same thing. Everyone's going in this direction. I want to go in this direction. I love traditional sports, but I also adore combat sports. And there's this thing called the UFC that isn't even 8 years old. It was about to celebrate its 8-year birthday on November 12th, 1993 was its birthday, so 2001. There's no guy.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy. I want to be the Howard Cosell is what I said to them. Howard Cosell was the voice of boxing in the 70s and 80s. I want to be the Howard Cosell. And so I went to like the student radio station. I put my name down, 2-hour slot, Saturday mornings. And I would talk about MMA, boxing, and pro wrestling, but a heavy focus on MMA. And guys like Bruce Buffer would come on. I would send them emails.
Really?
And they
Really?
would come on. And I'm talking about like UFC. This is like UFC 46 era.
Dude, super ahead of your time. Jokes aside, super ahead of your time to be able to recognize like, I mean, dang, that was like the advent of digital media.
Yeah.
And sharing and talking about things that were happening, pop culture online. And super good on you and wildly impressive to recognize that the niche hadn't really been filled. There wasn't a guy.
There was no one.
thing.
I was a fan and I felt like there was no coverage of it. So like I would want to go online, and there were some places, don't get me wrong, there was Sherdog, there was the UG, Full Contact Fighter, but it was very, I love sports, so it was very sort of, it was just kind of primitive as far as the coverage is concerned. So I was like, hey, there's no one interviewing people. I could do interviews. I loved interviews. And then this one student station had streaming. Again, this is 2001. Podcasts weren't a thing, but my friends back home would listen on the website. It was werw.syr.edu. And I was like, wow, people can hear my show back home in Montreal, which is where I'm from. This is crazy.
Yep.
And so that's really how the whole journey started for me.
Baseball season is in full swing and summer concerts are hotter than ever. For all your ticket needs, you know the only place to go is SeatGeek. What better time to get out of the house and enjoy a major outdoor event than right now? And to find the best deal on all your favorite events, whether it's WWE, UFC, MLB, and more, you know the only place to go is SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. The NFL season is around the corner, too. SeatGeek is the go and the only ticket app I recommend when looking for tickets. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal, so look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use the code Logan10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code Logan10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. Now back to the show. Let me ask you something just while we're on this topic, because I think anyone who kind of picks a lane, maybe something that hasn't been fully fleshed out yet, and then really dives in. Sorry, it's my agent. And
You want to get that?
actually, yeah.
I mean, you're doing everything else.
Agent of
really.
the Matrix?
Might as well.
Hey, Lance. I'm actually in a
What's up, Lance?
podcast with Ariel Helwani at the moment.
Go do your thing. I'll talk to you later.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Anything important you want to share live for the audience?
Yeah.
Did we get any deals
Not
done?
at all.
No
Not
deals.
at all.
No deals, huh?
Deals are always happening, but I'll
No,
talk
they're
to you
not,
later.
dude.
All right, bye.
That's a great agent answer, by
Hey,
the way.
before we go any further, I feel really awkward wearing this D1 Glazer shirt.
Me too.
Why?
I'm gonna take them
Why?
off.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't agree with this.
You don't agree with it?
No,
Yeah, I made
I
everyone
was
do
forced
it.
to wear this.
I
I
thought-
don't. I like.
You didn't want to be a part of the
Every
bit?
time I run into anywhere, I'm like, dude, why the fuck have we done the show yet? I,
know.
get angry almost.
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't want to
bad.
wear this shirt.
Okay, that's fine. Listen,
I'm actually going to button up.
Okay, all right. All right.
Yeah, we did the bit. Bit's over.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Mike. It's a nice little.
No, he is right. He is right. Hey, so what I was going to say is, because I think it's safe to say, like, while you recognized this lane that you wanted to potentially go down, it's a bit of a leap. It's bold. And especially, like, you're just a guy trying to make a name for himself. What do you say, or do you have any advice for people who are at that point in their life where they know they want to do something and they want to be different than the people they grew up with and follow a certain path, but maybe are a little afraid to do it?
Man, my whole thinking, great question. My whole thinking was you only get one shot at this. So I don't want to wake up when I'm 80 and be like, damn, I should have zigged when I zagged. I should have gone down that path. This would come up actually several times in my life where I felt like I am going to regret this if I don't make this leap. And so you kind of look at the landscape. I don't need to tell you guys this, but to the audience as well, you look at the landscape and you see what everyone's doing and you try to see where you can fit in, where you can actually do something different and
Be a maverick.
be a maverick. Yes.
Serious?
Left with
Bro, I'm,
those-
I'm serious.
Yes, because I looked at MMA at the beginning. I was like, okay, what's missing here? There are no good interviews. The journalists used to go up to the fighters, I remember, with camcorders in the lobby of the MGM and be like, hey, Nick Diaz. And it'd be like a shot up this. It'd be like up his nose. Like, what'd you think of that win over Takanori Gomi? And it was just like, it wasn't good. Or they would show up to the events wearing fighter t-shirts. And I was like, this isn't professional. So I thought, if I wear a suit, if I come with a mic flag, if I hire a cameraman, it's not radical, but it's just so different from what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
People will be drawn to it.
Yep.
So look at what everyone else is doing and just be different. Later in life, when I graduated from Syracuse, I went down the route of TV production. So I worked at HBO Sports. I worked for a production company. And then I got to Spike TV in 2007. And Spike TV at the time was the home of the UFC. And I adored the UFC. And so I said, wow, this is great. TV production, UFC, Spike TV, the home, this is great. I lasted 1 week there because I realized the job was a production coordinator and I realized I did shit all. Like literally there was no creativity to it. I just sat there, took a tape from the UFC, gave it to the bosses at Spike. And so I went to my boss's office, the president of Spike Sports at the time, a guy named Brian Diamond. And I said, this job isn't for me. I'm so sorry. And he's like, you're leaving? You just started. Literally last Monday. It was a week later. I said, I just feel like you get one shot at life and I'd be wasting my time and your time if I stayed here. He was so mad. He said, you're going to regret this. You're going to get a reputation. You're unprofessional. Like
Classics.
he freaking like berated me, made me feel like shit. Kept me in the office for a month until they found someone to replace me. I was the black sheep. And it was at that time, this is 2007, I said, okay, this is the crossroads of my life. This is my moment. I will start my own website. I will interview a fighter every single day, Monday through Friday. I'm going to reach out to fighters via MySpace. I will send a message. I didn't know a single person in the world of combat sports. And Monday through Friday, I'm going to give myself from October 1st to April 1st. And if by April 1st of 2008, I don't get a job off of this, I'm going to go back to TV production. And I just started building up a name. I didn't know a soul, but then I would send like 30 messages a day. GSP finally replies.
Ooh,
Tito Ortiz replies.
Ooh.
Chuck Liddell replies. And now I'm like, holy shit, I'm building. And with 3 days left on my deadline, which I was going to stick to, March 28, 2008, finally a website reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to come work for us?
Dude,
that's where the real journey started for
That's
me.
cool.
How do you
Even
remember all those dates?
I'm kind of weird with dates. I'm weird with numbers.
He's like March 28th, 2008.
Yeah. Well,
March day I got. Do you even remember what happened yesterday?
No. And although you have been talking for like 30 minutes, there is a lot of nuggets of wisdom. In
yes,
what you
I don't know
just
if it's
said.
been 30 minutes. Has it felt like 30 minutes? That's not a compliment.
D1 hater.
March 28th is my wife's birthday as well, so I remember that.
Got it.
But yes, I am good with dates.
What about the fact that you chose? How did you choose New York City to be the place that you wanted to tackle all this shit?
So I'm from Montreal.
Yeah.
And I went to Syracuse, and then I felt like, all right, like where do you go? You know, if you want to be big in media.
But not only media, sports media.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
New York City is the home of,
Once
the
I made the
fan
leap
and-
from Montreal, which I adore Canada, I adore my hometown. My parents still live there. My wife's parents live there. But once I made the leap, like you can't go back, right? And so where's the place to be? It's Manhattan, it's New York City. And the first job that I got out of school was HBO Sports, which at the time was, to me, the gold standard as far as sports journalism is concerned.
because of boxing and
Boxing, Real Sports
Real
with Brian
Sports, Brian
Gumbel.
Gumbel,
They
yeah.
had On the Record with Bob Costas. Like they were the creme de la creme. It was an amazing way to start my journey. So it just made all the sense in the world. And also I was obsessed with New York, everything. I was a huge Knicks fan. I am a huge Knicks fan. So I was like, this is the place. Like I could go to Madison Square Garden. Like this is the place that I have to be.
do you know who we had on the show 2 days ago?
Fuck, are you going to tell me a Knicks superstar?
Dude, the far opposite.
Oh, Tyrese?
Yep.
Can I just say something?
What?
Sure.
Fuck Tyrese.
Come on, Ariel.
That guy.
Why?
Okay, look, I don't wish harm on him. It actually made me sad, but that fucking shtick with the choking after game one, fuck that. Be your own man. Come up with your own gimmick. Ooh, like he looked like such a D1 fucking loser. Okay, and you could quote me.
Yo, you're not going to come
crazy.
shit talk
There's no
our boy.
Tyrese slander,
Nah.
dude, on this
Tyrese.
podcast.
Jalen Brunson is infinitely better than him in all facets of life. I know he's a big WWE guy and all that. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I will never say anything good about any Indiana Pacer. If he comes to the Knicks, I'll be his number one. I'll be the T1 Glazer. But for now, fuck him and all the Hicks in Indiana.
Dude, you got to show him some respect for what he did in the postseason. Like I know as
Why do I have to?
did he not go absolutely crazy leading until game 7?
Which finger is the ring on?
Bro,
It
there was an
don't
unfortunate
mean a
ending.
thing if you ain't got that ring.
Dude.
No. I'm just saying, he didn't win. He didn't win. In the end, he ended up with the same spot that the Knicks ended up in. Yeah, he beat them, big deal. Got lucky with that shot, big deal. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. I hate the Pacers. Pacers, Heat, Bulls, Celtic. I despise those guys. And yes, I wish that, I wish the WWE would show Jalen more love because I actually think Jalen's a bigger fan than he is. They had that little thing in the ring with you guys.
I don't think he's a bigger fan.
No,
You don't think so?
Tyrese is the real
is
deal.
a
The real
solid
deal, dude.
fan. He told me we like talked off camera. We had a podcast with him last week.
Yeah.
This week, a couple of days ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
How's he
And-
doing? Is he okay?
He's okay.
in good
He's in good
spirits,
spirits.
yeah.
It's way better than I would be. He seems really just optimistic.
perspective.
He's gone for the year though, right?
Yeah,
He's gone
for the whole year.
maybe a little longer.
Oh wow.
But he's
No, he'll be back for the next season.
he watched WWE like growing up, the whole shtick,
yeah.
and
Good for him.
it's like a part of him almost.
Dude, you want to know what it is about you Knicks fans? You guys are like sexually repressed. Like you need a win, dude.
Yeah,
And
hell
then
yeah.
you'll stop all the
I
bullshit.
just want one.
dude.
Just want one.
Yeah.
I just want to know what it feels like. Knicks and Bills. Those are my two favorite teams.
Do you think it can happen? I mean, dude, it could happen. I mean,
We're pretty
Brunson's
damn close.
Yeah.
Both the Knicks and Bills are pretty damn close.
I mean, the Bills just keep getting thwarted by Patty.
It'll happen. It actually kind of reminds me of the 90s when it was the Knicks always getting thwarted by MJ.
I see.
It feels like the same thing all over again.
I see.
One of these days, I have never seen my team win a championship. One of these days, I just want to know what it feels like like at the end,
Become
the confetti.
You may never will.
become an Eagles fan. It'll stop all the bullshit.
You're an
bro.
Eagles fan?
I'm a Birds guy, bro. I
you
have
from
been
Philly?
since McNabb. No, you want to believe it or not, I'm from Connecticut. I'm supposed to be Giants fan.
Yeah.
It's been a rough life for me, but it's been great. Big Dick Nick. I've been there for all the ups and downs. Just did a collab with Cooper DeJean this year.
Must be
Get
nice.
to hang out with Saquon. Everybody's up. It's a good life.
Yeah.
All you got to do is switch up every once in a while.
No, I
bro.
don't do that. I'm a loyal guy, unlike some others in this room.
Look, I'm a wrestler, dude. We
Yeah.
stab people in the back.
No, I know.
Like,
I know.
that's just
You do
the
a
name of
great
the
job.
game.
I do have to give you props, man. You know, I always give you props. Like
You're very nice to me.
it's I was. It's unbelievable. It really is. Like my favorite. I was at SummerSlam Night 1. Favorite match. My kid's favorite match was you guys. It's just amazing what you do. Like you are must see TV. It's unbelievable. And I don't. I know you're a little bit newer to this, but you're learning about the history, and I appreciate that. There has never been someone who has, in my opinion, as a fan, I'm not in the business, so I would never pretend, who has picked it up so quickly and in such a big way and has had such an impact.
Could you maybe say
thank
one
you.
negative thing, just to even it out a little bit?
I mean, as far as his wrestling is concerned,
No, his life in general.
No, I
like,
wanna-
dude, please.
listen.
take
There's a
the-
million things. There's just a
Okay,
million things.
yeah.
No, it is really impressive, man. Seriously,
Thanks.
and you continue to get better. And the promos, like originally when you came in, I think they were kind of like flirting with the idea of you being a face, and that made no sense to me. Like originally, you'd be like the good guy high fiving the kids.
How the hell would that ever happen?
This is way better.
Dude, the problem is I actually got a lot of respect for the kids. They're the only people in the crowd that I am actually like into. Like it's the adults that are the issue. Like the full grown men who are like booing me, thinking they're gonna do something. It's the kids, man. The kids are great. They're the future. You know, they still have potential to be great, unlike their parents who are there. And that's why like it's tough because I'll give the kids the love. Because I think it's so easy for me to give a salute and knowledge and autograph or whatever, and it really impacts these young people. Like I remember the first famous person I met, Anderson Silva,
Yes.
with Jake. I'll never forget that. Like I've basically forgotten everything from my childhood except that.
Yeah.
So like I
Jake
acknowledge
beat him
that
up.
even though I'm a heel and I love being a heel and I like am a heel, I think I'm playing way less of a character than most of my peers.
Yeah.
I gotta give a nod to the kids when it's right, you know. But I appreciate the kind words.
What about when Baron Corbin was on? When he was on my show and he was talking about like you have the entourage and you have this. Did you see that by any chance?
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
What do you think?
You know, so look, when I see these guys like Baron Corbin, I think Kevin Nash said something about me once. It's like, man, it's like a lot of noise from like people I just like, I don't know how much their opinion means to me.
Okay.
And they have an opinion and they're entitled to it. And I think if you look at my crew and you think, oh, hey, that's his entourage, that probably shows how basic of an understanding of what I'm building you have is. And that's no fault to them, but my entourage is 3 people. My 7-foot-tall security guard, my videographer who I can't live without, Kevin, who told me to call you a D1 Glazer, who shoots everything.
Thanks, bro.
And then Jorge, who's the entire glue of this operation.
Where is he, by the way? Not
He's
here.
probably working. Like the dude's always, like everyone on the team is working. Entourage to me is like a group of friends. Like if Mike's there, entourage, right? But when I'm at the event or any event, it's like, this is the team that I have around me to help build this empire that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
It's not like we're all just here for fun. We're all working every second of the day. And even
Do you
when we're
think it's
not,
because
we are.
the old school wrestling sort of mentality is like you come in, you shake everyone's hand, you're respectful, you don't come with a crew, and so
Well, I do that. I do take a little bit of an exception to like any implication that I'm rude backstage. You can. I mean,
that's not true.
I implore you
Yeah.
to ask any wrestler like what I'm like backstage.
He's learning. He's a student. Always.
I
Always.
pride myself on shaking the hands and saying what's up. But when it's showtime, bro, you're getting like the worst version of me.
sure,
You know.
you're locked in.
Hey, I've got 2 shirts up on WWE Shopping Fanatics right now. I hate Logan Paul. Yes, I'm the one behind it. And still humble because after all, I am your humble king. and I'm going to stay humble because I'm just that humble. You can grab my shirts and all WWE merch, hats, tees, replica title belts, superstar collections on WWE Shop and Fanatics. Get yours today. Back to the show.
What do you guys think about the reaction to SummerSlam? Like, what was the general sentiment towards the event, and how did the community feel about it?
Well, my opinion,
I saw some like kind of like a little bit of
I think SummerSlam was everything WrestleMania wasn't. I think WrestleMania was not great, if I'm being 100% honest. It left us wanting a little bit more. There was no sort of payoff to the Rock, Travis Scott situation. I was not a fan of the John Cena heel turn in the end. Like, obviously, in the moment, you're like, oh, shit, this is big. I never subscribed to the notion that it was going to be bigger than Hogan in 96. That was seismic. It was a different time. It was a different era. It's almost unfair to compare. But a month and a half into it, like by the time we got from Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania, it felt to me like he was playing bad guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're playing bad guy. It felt to me like he was playing bad guy. And I think in the last few months of Cena's life, career, whatever you want to say in WWE, people just want to celebrate him. And then he would walk out like almost like this like robot, like this guy with no emotion. It was weird to me. And so by the end of WrestleMania, I was like, man, no Rock. We don't understand what this alliance is, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, they course corrected, in my opinion. He's back to being a good guy. The Seth thing was incredible. I'll be honest, I was a little bit on the fence as far as, okay, does SummerSlam deserve 2 nights? From a business standpoint, I get it.
I was also uncertain.
Yeah.
And then when they nailed it, I was like, this was excellent.
They had to hit a grand slam for this first one.
Yeah.
Because now you've told everyone for the next 5-10 years, big shit is happening on both nights.
Yep.
We're not, because even as a longtime fan, I felt like SummerSlam kind of got forgotten over the last couple of years. Like, it didn't feel as big as the Rumble or Mania. When in the past it was maybe number 2. Now you just reminded everyone like, this is number 2. It's number 2 because it's getting 2 nights. And look at the big shit that happened on Saturday and look at the big shit that happened on Sunday. So I thought it was a grand slam for the company. And now the criticism that you're talking about is maybe like, oh, should Brock have come back?
That's what I was, yeah.
Yeah, but like, just if you're just looking at it like my kids are looking at it, they're going to bed saying, holy shit, 2 massive surprise happened. Like, what's better than that?
I'm a little disappointed in Cena, personally, like as a fan and as a guy who knows him, just because I saw the heel turn and I was like, all right, like, welcome to the bright side. You can just be yourself and like people will accept you for that. But then the switch up back to trying to be a babyface makes me feel like he's like seeking outside validation and he's being guided by the audience instead of himself. And it feels like to me we're watching like a midlife crisis happen.
Oh, I love this.
Live.
This is good. This is good.
Well, I'm being honest. Like I'm serious. I'm serious. Like I loved John Cena. You know, like we had a tag.
Yeah.
And I got to work with him a little bit and see what he was really like. And then I see him just like,
What was he like?
I mean, bro, he's John Cena. You know, like I wish he would be more like me and just be himself.
This is so good. This is
I'm serious. Like
because it actually seems like you really believe this.
I
Like,
do.
These are your real thoughts. Yes.
I do. I think he needs to just like find yourself and stop trying to like please the crowd for your own personal validation. And
You thought it was a weak move.
I just think you should have maybe just picked the lane and stayed in it.
Yeah,
That's what I think you should have done. Because like I said, man, like who are you? Do you even know? Are you just doing it because the final boss says it or Triple H says it? Are you being puppeteered by the powers that be? Or why don't you just be yourself and be the GOAT John Cena? But I saw that fade a little bit, and I have to say I'm not into it.
You're not into it. You would have preferred him stick to this. You didn't feel like it was not him. It was out of character for him to be the bad guy. Maybe he just came to the realization that that's not him. Maybe he came to the realization that he doesn't actually hate everyone.
I mean, bro, you're like 50 years old. Like,
Yeah,
shouldn't
so-
you know like what's up at this point? I don't know.
What are you calling him, Unk?
Midlife crisis?
Gramps?
Unk.
Unk is like 25 now, I think.
I'm Unk. I'm Unk.
You're not
Oh,
on.
you've
I'm
been
Unk.
Unk, yeah.
There's no way you're.
Oh yeah, my guys call me Unk.
The internet,
Everyone calls me Unk.
dude. I'm like great-grandfather.
Yeah,
How old are you?
40.
40 on the dot? And you?
30.
What?
I'm Unk.
You're not Unk. Get
They
out.
call me Unk.
You want to be Unk, but that's offensive to actual Unks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. So look, enough about me and wrestling.
Okay.
Let's talk about you.
Oh, okay.
You know, a lot of interviews over the
Yes, sir.
years. I've seen you just doing so many interviews with these MMA fighters, and sometimes I feel like some of them have gotten a little like maybe upset with some of the questions you ask, because you are a no bullshit guy. Even in your career path, you kind of have no fear, like jumping and just going and taking that leap, and you can see that projection of no fear in your interviews, which is why they're so rich.
Thank you.
But why did you moan at Rampage Jackson when he showed you his abs?
Can I tell you something crazy about that clip? You know, that interview happened in 2011. And for some reason, in the last like 3-4 years, it has resurfaced to the point where kids will come up to me and be like, wait a second, are you the, and I was like, let me guess, the Rampage Jackson interview guy? I don't know how this happened, but it like disappeared, and all of a sudden it just reemerged.
Yeah.
Like I knew you were even gonna ask me about it.
Really?
This is an interview from 14 years ago.
It's not even in my PDF, bro. I just remember, it's like one of the
You've
main
seen
things.
it so many times.
Every month, every 2 months, like a high school classmate will be like, have you seen this? And they send it to me. I'm like, yes, I was in the interview. I was there. But it's on some like meme page or something like that. Can I tell you, you will appreciate this? Can I tell you the backstory from that interview? Because you will appreciate this as a pro wrestler. So Rampage Jackson and I always did great interviews. We did great content. Love the guy. And he's a legend, right? He had just fought John Jones. It's UFC 135, September of 2011 in Denver. He just lost. It was for the belt, right? It's a pretty low moment for him. But we have a good relationship. So I see him in the back. I'm working for AOL at the time. I see him in the back and I'm like, hey man, do you mind, like, we do a quick post-fight interview? He's like, yeah, no problem. So he brings me into his locker room. That's where we are when that interview happens. And my cameraman's over here and I'm standing over here. And just before I'm about to start, I would always start the interviews the same way. Ariel Helwani here, post-fight, UFC 135. He whispers to me and he says, make sure you mention how I lost. And I'm like, what? Like, no one says that. Because if I just spoke to you, like if I'm talking to you and you just lost in a boxing or MMA fight, I'm probably gonna like soften it, like, who just had a tough night against so-and-so. So he's like, make sure you mention specifically how I lost. He lost via submission. All right, Ariel Helwani here, post-fight at UFC 135 with Rampage Jackson, who just got submitted tonight by John. And then he's like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, damn.
And then he did a whole thing.
Oh, he was playing heel a little
He
bit.
did a whole thing. But to have the presence of mind, you just got your ass kicked, and you have the presence of mind to say, like, let's keep this shtick going.
Yeah.
Let's keep this going.
That's impressive.
I was blown away by that.
That's pretty good.
So he is a brilliant guy. And so all of that was just kind of shtick. I still don't think I moaned or did the If you actually listen, it was more like validation, like, yeah, man, you're having a tough day. I'm your pal. You look good. Like, isn't that what pals do? If you lifted your shirt and showed Mike your abs, what do you want him to say? Like, oh, that's not impressive?
You thought he looked real good, huh?
Listen, man, he looked good. Much respect. I'm trying to lift the guy up in his sad moments, but that's a great one. And I don't understand how it came back, but
I think it may be because, this is just a wild hunch, Rampage has been a little active on social. He's a streamer.
Oh,
and
yeah,
his
that is-
son is like of age now.
That's part of it, but also like the advent of like zesty content.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
you
like
think
a
I
big-
was zesty in that?
100%.
Okay.
Like that might be the definitive. Kev, would you say that's the definitive
Nah,
zesty?
stop.
No, it's close.
It is zest.
Carl Anthony Towns has you beat, dude. What do
I
you
love Cat.
What are your takes on his zest?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm no problem. Be yourself, man.
Oh, dude, he's
I think
great.
people are mean to him. I love the guy. That's my guy.
He's fantastic.
Yeah,
He's a great.
He's actually a brilliant guy who's a huge combat sports fan as well.
Wow.
I saw him at the Times Square fight, the Ryan Garcia fight. He was there front row, all the fights.
Can I ask how that Times Square fight was in real life? Because on TV it looked just so lax.
It was surreal. It felt like what's the Will Smith movie, Independence Day? It felt like we were in Times Square, but there wasn't a human being in sight. Like, so it was closed off, right?
Yep.
And they had these big sort of, I don't know, walls where I thought like, hey, if you're shopping and going to the M&M store, you're a tourist from Denmark, you'd be able to look in and be like, holy shit, there's Ryan Garcia. You would have never known because it was closed off. And so it was invite only. And because the traffic was a little bit closed off as well, it felt very quiet. It felt like
so quiet.
and the fights kind of sucked, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And so it felt like you were just watching sort of like glorified exhibition
But
sport.
I
with
think that's
Bryce-
why the
but with Bryce
production-
Hall added into the mix.
Bryce Hall?
Yeah.
You think they should have added him?
No, he was there. That was
He was?
the main.
Oh, I didn't even. No,
main
there were big
role.
names there. There were guys. Shakur Stevenson was there. There were some names. Nick Khan was there. Like there were all the bigwigs were there. But it just felt like I don't think it was what people were expecting.
I think on TV, why it maybe was a little lax because there was no sound. Like sometimes when the fights are quiet on the production, and if the quality of the fights is not good, it's kind of like not a great night. But I imagine the atmosphere was probably insane to see.
I mean, it was surreal being there.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like the UFC events at the Apex. Like you need a crowd, you need the audience, you need, and I think the performers get up when there's a crowd,
100%,
right?
100%.
Like you feed off of that. And so when you see the way Garcia fought in particular, it's like, I kind of understand it. Also, the thing that I didn't agree with was that Garcia and Haney should have fought each other. That was the story. And so because they both had fights against lesser opponents and thought, all right, let me get by these fights and then we'll fight in October, they both didn't take any risks. For Haney, it worked out. For Ryan, it didn't.
I see.
You want to talk about weird venues? That's a weird venue. White House.
Yes.
Weirder venue.
No,
Dude,
no,
is that,
weird. No,
bro,
weird.
stop.
Don't say
bro,
weird.
That's
Stop.
Unique.
Is it possible that this fight actually happens?
Possible. I think it is happening.
Yeah.
On the White House lawn.
Yes.
On America's birthday.
What makes you think it doesn't happen? Like
The White House lawn.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, I get it. I hear
Who
you.
is a constant figure at UFC events, sitting in the
It's
front
happening.
row.
It's happening.
I mean, I would be shocked if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
More so than if it does happen.
I have to say the UFC, the way they branch out and host some of these big events in really cool venues to me is so cool. Like the fact that they did the fight in the Sphere.
Oh yeah.
I just thought
no,
was
insane.
So
did you
cool.
were you at the?
I was not. No.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
No. I mean, on TV, it was unbelievable, and they should have won all the awards for it because the way it looked was unbelievable. And I don't even think people recognize, like from a lighting standpoint, there were a lot of challenges there. So they hit it out of the ballpark. I'm not surprised that they don't want to go back. A, it's super expensive. B, like how do you keep topping that, right?
Yeah.
But the White House thing is, I think, for sure gonna happen. The moment Trump said it,
Where does the ring go? Like in the Rose Garden or something like
in the
that?
freaking thing.
Didn't he get rid of the Rose Garden?
I don't know. You seem to know more about this than I do.
Who's gonna fight?
Well, I think that's a little bit. It's August.
Too early.
Like we don't even know who's fighting in December.
Yeah.
For goodness sakes. Like people could get hurt. I think they would love to have a big name on it. What is most interesting to me is do you sacrifice the gate? For example, when Conor fights, it's a $20 to $30 million gate at T-Mobile.
Wow. Wow.
You're
great
not going to
question.
sell tickets to this event.
Tell them what the gate is for those who don't know.
Okay, good question. Ticket sales.
Yep.
So like you can charge a premium when big dogs fight. And so when Conor fights at MSG, when John Jones fights at MSG, T-Mobile, those big venues, you can charge a huge amount of money. And so when you're going to do this event at the White House, you're not going to get a huge amount of money. But is it worth it? I think so.
Yeah.
That $30 million is a drop in the bucket.
From a branding standpoint.
Branding standpoint.
Are you ready to hold WWE history in the palm of your hand?
Tops is bringing you closer to the action than ever before with WWE Tops Now. Highlighting the biggest matches and milestones from WWE shows and PLEs throughout the year, Tops Now is enhancing the fan experience by connecting collectors to the superstars and spectacles that ignite their passion. Featuring stunning event-exclusive photography, each card is made for the moment. And for some lucky collectors, that moment could become the pool of a lifetime. Along with serial numbered parallels, some Tops Now releases offer a chance at rare short prints, superstar autographs, and even pieces of the mat, gear, or other items used during the featured match. So which moments will you collect? With each card only available for a limited time, you won't want to wait to begin your Tops Now journey. Be sure to subscribe to the WWE Tops Now mailing list on Tops.com and follow Tops on all social media platforms so you never miss a single moment. Back to the show.
Who actually is, because it could lead into this superstar quandary that everyone's been talking about recently. Who are the potential superstars that could head up this showstopper event?
Ilya Topuria.
Does he have the storyline? Does he have
Hell
the character? Does he have the charisma, the character
Hell
to
yeah.
drive that event?
I think there's a lot of people who are like, it has to be an American. I don't think it has to be an American. I think MMA fans, UFC fans are just fans of MMA and the UFC. I don't think it has to be an American at the White House. I think it would be cool, but I don't think they're going to book it that way.
Chances it's Jones Aspinall.
I think that could happen too.
Actually. Do
Yeah.
you think Jones has been ducking him?
Yes.
He's scared.
I don't like that word because I think it's disrespectful towards him, but I think he didn't want to fight him. And I think it was a calculated decision on his part. He is so close to the end, so close to retiring as undefeated.
Go.
Are you going to risk it all to fight this one guy who is really, really good and in my opinion would have given him a tough fight and probably would have beaten him? That's no disrespect. He's just a lot younger. Yes.
Can you knock him for being calculated though?
I don't knock him. No, I just wish it was handled differently.
I see.
You knew Tom was the guy. You last fought in November. Why did you wait all the way until June? Why did you drag this out all the way until June when you knew you weren't going to fight him? And my information is that he gave the UFC a number. He gave them a price tag. He said, I'll do it for this number.
What number?
I believe it's in the $30 million range for this fight, which, by the way, I think he deserves.
Yeah.
I think he deserves more than that.
Has that ever that $30 million?
I don't believe so.
That's
don't believe as like it could have ended up that way after pay-per-view and blah, 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 but like off the jump, no. And I think he deserves it. God bless him. He's one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest in many people's eyes. And I think he didn't think that they would come up with the number. And they did. And then he said yes.
Oh, really? Oh, what?
Oh, they did come up with the number, yes. And I believe that Saudi Arabia was involved, like the big dogs were involved, right? They came up with the number. And he said yes. And then 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever, he said, nah, on second thought, I'm out.
What?
And that's why when he announced his retirement, Dana said he gave me his word. And then he went back on his word.
Whoa.
So I think he was hoping that they would not meet the number. And then he could be like, hey guys, I tried. They just didn't want to pay me.
He just threw some massive number out like, dude, they're obviously not going to pay me this amount of money. And Turkey was just like, no, we haven't.
And they met it. And they met it, yeah. Because that's what happened with the Francis Ngannou fight in 2020. He threw out a massive number. He said, I want Deontay Wilder numbers.
Yep.
They said no, and then the fight fizzled. This time they said yes, because they could afford it. Why? I mean, that fight is worth that much.
Dude, you like having opinions on fighters and like their business makes your job kind of tricky. I feel like I've always thought this. Because you're an MMA commentator and you have thoughts that you're vocal about and you're not afraid to be vocal about them. But if you're constantly talking about the people and it's not always going to be in their favor, who you kind of rely on to build your ecosystem, are you ever worried about being too vocal and burning bridges?
For sure.
Because you burned some bridges.
Sure, yeah. I don't know if I want to say burn bridges, but yes, I've made friends and enemies, if you want to put it that way. If you want to say burn bridges,
I mean, I don't know. There's definitely people that like won't come on your show, right?
100%. Here's the thing. There's obviously people that are not going to like you. I've been doing this particular show that I do now, and it has expanded since 2009. So I'm not under any sort of like false illusions. Like people aren't going to like me. They're not going to want to fuck with me, as the kids say. And that's cool. Like I don't need to be liked by everyone. I hope I'm respected to a degree. I hope that everyone thinks that I'm fair. I hope that people think that I keep it real, that I'm not biased. But if you don't like me, you don't like me. And what's interesting is now everyone else has a YouTube channel. So like you don't need me necessarily. If you're a fighter who doesn't like me, and back in the day you needed to get your word out, maybe you would have like bit the bullet and said like, all right, fine, I'll go on the show because I have a message to get out that I can't get out anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky dance because throughout my career, people would say like, when I was breaking a lot of news, I don't do that as much now for several reasons. They would be like, oh, you're like the Schefter of MMA, or like the Woj of MMA. And I would say like, I think I do more than that. I host, I interview, those guys don't. And so to balance having opinion, wanting to interview people, wanting to break news, like people are going to get upset in that sort of arrangement. I just try to be respectful, and I hope people see it as being professional.
You also could and have the lane to stick to just pure commentary without even involving the personalities in the programming. And I love
interviewing.
But you come from the school of like, dude, I think back to Mike and the Mad Dog. It was never like, this player's not having a good season. This guy is trash. This guy is fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to just say it however they want to say it.
Yeah.
And that's how they talk. So you come from that school. Like you could, and by the way, now in the era of clipping, all of that type of activity is like the best possible thing for your business. Do you just really love interviewing that much?
I adore interviewing.
Yeah.
If I could interview people for the right, like that's what I enjoy doing the most. And it's not just MMA fighters and it's not just combat sports athletes. Like my goal, my dream is to be the greatest interviewer of all time. Do I get there? I don't know. But since I was a young kid, I would watch my parents looking at Larry King, and I would look at him at night, and he would interview all kinds of people. One day it was a politician, an actor, a sports star. And I remember one point in particular, one day he was interviewing Yasser Arafat, the head of the PLO. And I remember thinking like, man, here's this Jewish guy interviewing the head of the PLO. They probably don't agree on a lot of things, but look at this cordial professional conversation. This is riveting. This is fascinating. And so I want to be in situations like that. That's my dream. That's why I grew up idolizing Howard Stern. That's why I would watch the Charlie Rose show when he was still on, Larry King. I adore interviewing people. And over time, I have felt more comfortable on air and in my skin giving opinion, but I try not to be malicious. I try not to be mean. I try not to be unprofessional, but yes, people have gotten mad about certain things.
Can I say
I think
one?
unfairly, but yeah.
Let me say one piece to just critique that. I was actually surprised that you did this.
Okay.
It was in the last Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor fight.
Oh yes.
And the one fighter who you
Ramla Ali.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
It's Ramla Ali.
Who you said in your post-fight interview, like, I don't agree with the fact that you've won.
Yes.
But what do you have to say about that? I was like,
that was ballsy.
I was like, man, I don't know. Leave that commentary online. Do you have any like?
So yeah, look, I'm not perfect, and so if someone wants to be, and trust me, I heard a whole bunch of things, and I also heard a bunch of great things too.
I thought I see both sides always. I went, damn, I'm surprised he said that. And also, like, she probably shouldn't have won that fight if he's saying it.
She, in my opinion, did not win that fight.
She probably did not win the fight.
I thought that, look, it was an 8-round fight. If it was like a 5-3, a close one, or a 4-4, I would never say it. I thought it was egregious. Like, so much so that the opponent was Brazilian, and I walked up to the translator, the Portuguese translator, and I was like, okay, this is how the post-fight, this is before the announcement of the scorecards. Like, you're going to stand here. It wasn't even a question that this person won.
Wow.
And then when they said it, and by the way, if you listen to the broadcast, the broadcasters were all in agreement with me. And so I felt like I had to keep it real.
Okay.
And I wasn't trying to disrespect her in any way, shape, or form. Man, I have so much. That's why, like, even when talking about the Misfits fighters to the like, if you make that walk, if you step, you have more courage. You are a greater person than I. I don't do that. But I just wanted to say, look, I want to be transparent with you. That's what I said. I don't think you did enough to win that fight. I don't think you won that fight. Why am I wrong? And the basis of her retort was that, oh, I scored a knockdown in the second. But by the way, it wasn't a knockdown. Like, we showed it. It wasn't a knockdown.
Yeah.
The glove never hit the mat. And so people were very upset. Like I said, some other people gave me props. People who I respect gave me props.
I feel like
But I'm always trying to do. The main criticism that kind of annoyed me, hurt me in that moment was people said I was trying to make it about myself. And that was not my intention. I am there holding a microphone. I'm just trying to tell you, like, I'm not going to try to fake this and be like, incredible win, and then go on my show and say that person didn't deserve to win.
Why say I don't think you won versus some of the people are out there like...
I think that's cowardly.
Okay.
I think I hate when people interview people and go, some people out there are saying, no. Who are the people? And do you agree?
We do it all the time.
I don't like that.
Some people
are saying
that. Then it's just my opinion.
Yes, I think that's cowardly. Just say it.
I kind of agree with him.
I agree with you. It's totally cowardly. I do it though.
But it's also diplomatic, and it keeps things a little bit more
100%.
comfortable.
She handled it perfectly. She was incredible. She was professional, and
it was a conversation point. It was a way for you to ask a question.
I wasn't trying to make it about myself, and I wasn't trying to take it away from her. But I really did think her opponent deserved to win that fight. And I had some people afterwards saying like, oh, she's been through so much. She's this role model. She's done this. What does that have to do with the scorecards?
No, nothing.
I'm just trying to be real. Ultimately, what I want people to see when they see me is like, this guy keeps it real. He is honest and he has no bias.
And we know that about you. I know that about you as a fan and someone who, like, you know, you are the color for a lot of the sports that I love. And I'm so excited when I see you up there mediating a press conference or announcing or whatever. Like, the fact that you did a lot of the press conferences for Jake and Tyson, I thought was really cool.
Thank you.
And I know you're cool with the Tyson camp, I think.
Yeah.
You're cool with the Jake camp, I think. But I was interested to see how you would deal with Tyson's nonchalance in some of the press conferences. Because, like, let's be honest, besides the weigh-in, basically, he was kind of boring. I don't think he was like selling the fight that much. He wasn't giving you anything.
Nothing.
How do you deal with a fighter who's not giving you anything to sell the fight?
I kind of love that. Like, I love the challenge. There was a fighter back in the day named Rory McDonald. Do you remember Rory McDonald? And he was so reserved. And people would be like, oh, Rory's so boring. I'm like, no, I love Rory interviews because I love the challenge of trying to like
Crack him.
weave through and break him down. Almost like a fight. Like you hit him with a jab. Like, does he respond to that? And obviously, like Tyson doesn't have to say anything. He's Mike Tyson.
No, he doesn't.
But
He knew that.
I enjoy that. I actually enjoy that. Now, don't get me wrong. Like when someone's up there who's freaking going off, that's incredible. My job is super easy. But you know, like even Katie Taylor, like she's pretty reserved. But when you get them to open up, it feels like a greater victory, you know?
Cool.
And you know,
I've seen it before.
those press conferences, can I just say, like, I don't actually necessarily think it's my role to do that. Like, I don't think it's actually, now I'm getting like deep into the journalistic weeds here, but typically those press conferences should be conducted by a promoter, right? Like Dana White is up there, Bob Arum is up there, Don King is up there, Vince McMahon back in the day. You know, like promoters usually stand up there. I only do them for one entity, and that's MVP. They don't pay me to do them. I've never taken a penny from MVP.
They don't pay you?
Not a cent.
Was it just a side quest? Side quest type shit?
It's not a side quest. I obviously work on the broadcast. So like that Netflix event, I'm being paid by Netflix. I don't want to be paid by promoters because I think that would make me compromise as a journalist.
Yeah.
Because now, so I always tell, I don't want to get paid. I just have a lot of respect and admiration for Nikisa because he has been very loyal to me. And so he's the only one that I do it for. When he asks me to do it, I do it. But I could see sometimes where people are like, oh, this dude is on the payroll. I'm not on the payroll. I don't get paid by them. And I've turned down some pretty big opportunities where people have been like, we want you to do this. I'm like, no, because I don't think a journalist should be up there sort of like shilling for the show. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I take this shit way too seriously, and I probably shouldn't because it has cost me opportunities. But at the end of the day, like I want to be able to look at myself and say, again, I was true to myself.
High
and
moral fiber. It's like,
I don't know what it is.
It's like me getting paid by a cheeseburger place.
But by the way,
A positive review.
no, I think that's different because you're not a journalist.
I'm not a journalist.
So like
everybody
I think the
claims
standard.
to be a journalist nowadays. Not
I actually have a degree from the #1 sports journalism
see, I
school
like that.
in the freaking country.
I think that makes you a legitimate
journalist.
I would like to think
Have
so.
you
yes.
ever seen these police auditors that go around and stick the cameras in cops' faces and they say, "I'm a journalist. I can."
Oh,
do
yes,
this,"
yes.
And then they provoke the cops.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of fake journalists out there.
Why did you leak that Brock Lesnar was coming back to the?
See, I didn't leak that.
But,
See,
but
like
Dan
that.
White banned your band forever.
Okay, you've been waiting to ask this question.
No, but he asked it horribly. He asked
Yeah,
it
it
because
was-
the way he said it is going to be
Well,
not
I'm
going to make
kidding.
a
I'm
clip.
messing
It
around.
happened 10 years ago.
Yeah,
No,
I've talked
like
about it
maybe there's a
million
better
times.
way to say it.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, are you upset that you got banned from the UFC forever?
Okay, so even that is inaccurate. Both of you guys are inaccurate. So you're
We're
100%
journalists. We're doing the best
You're doing a shitty job
Best we can.
of asking questions. I didn't leak it. It's a report.
Yep.
Right. I'm reporting on news. Leaking something is like if I was working for the company and I like called someone up there and gave out
Well,
information.
how did you get the information?
As Adam Schefter, Woj, these guys that I reference, they break news all the time, and everyone goes crazy when they find out, like, whoa, this guy's going to this team or signed with that team. People tell me things. You have sources, whether it's a friend, it's a manager,
You got a
coach.
mole.
It's not a mole. That's the thing. They thought.
Are you kidding
Just
me right now?
Yeah,
I
Jesus.
want you to play the rest of that
Yeah,
song.
what
go
was
ahead, play
that?
it.
Was that Sabrina Carpenter?
What was it?
Well, what are you
Hot chick
doing
on Instagram? What? I'm just curious.
Dudes,
Wait,
here I am
but-
pouring my heart out to you guys, and this guy's scrolling through
Scrolling, looking
Instagram.
at big boob Latinas.
This
The
guy is
disrespect
he's unbelievable.
is
bro.
palpable.
Wait. What's the song though?
No, I have no idea. It was an honest mistake.
No. I'm just
Was
curious.
she
like,
actually hot?
was it a ringtone?
Was it worth it?
If you know my taste in Insta model,
Yeah, thick. He likes
Wait.
thick, really thick.
Wait. So what? She
does.
texted you have a
You see-
ringtone
you know
for
what I'm
her?
saying?
No, he was watching
No, he's
one of her
watching
videos.
videos
there's a picture with the
with a song attached.
Open Instagram, unmuted sound. Oh, so he really be scrolling.
Yeah,
during
no,
your
he's
interview.
totally bored right
How do you balance your journalistic desires to break news
Yeah.
with your loyalty to the people that you're protecting, the news that you're breaking? Does that make sense? Like you hurt Dana, dude.
Oh, stop it with this. I heard Dana.
No, but seriously,
Well,
my question remains. Like, how do you like? I know more than anyone about what's going on behind
Yes.
the scenes in every creator camp.
Yes.
I would never
Let me
break
be very
news
clear.
because
I did nothing wrong. No one from the UFC told me any type of information. I would not be sitting here doing this job and getting all the big names that come on my show if I broke trust, right? So if you tell me, and by the way, we've had conversations, do I leak it? Do I post screen grabs? Do I say, oh,
I think you did on one of them.
what? Fuck out of here. Never.
I think you did.
I've never in my life, I never will. And I take that shit very
did you
seriously.
just make an accusation? Now you're trying to think of why
Oh,
you're
you did.
accusing him?
You did.
Yeah, sure.
You did the Conor thing.
What Conor thing?
You did.
Tell me.
When it was rumored that I was fighting McGregor,
Yes.
you DM'd me and said, "Is it true?"
Yes.
And I said, "At the moment, no." And I didn't say this is proprietary information, and I'd like to keep this rumor going for clout.
Yes.
But maybe I should have. But you went right on your show and said they don't have anything in place.
I actually went on my show. This is inaccurate. I actually went on my show and said there was something. There were discussions. I knew about the family in India. I talked about you guys being
Well, there
under the PK.
there were discussions in place.
Yes.
But I don't know if I was ready for that information to break.
No, I don't think he broke it because of what you said.
I didn't break anything. I don't know how we got down this track, but to me, the main thing is if someone tells me something, I assume it's off the record unless you say otherwise. I don't go the opposite way.
Right.
So you may think otherwise, and maybe we have a
No, what you're saying is not accurate.
It is accurate.
No.
He's a
1,000%
journalist.
accurate.
What are you
No. Because you DM'd me and I told you what was happening, and then you went on the record and said it.
And I said I spoke to Logan Paul and he said this.
Yes.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I said
You don't want to go again. Here's one thing I will say. He's bro.
I got receipts,
He
bro.
keeps
Always.
everything. You might have done it.
You did do
Usually
it.
I would play devil's
You did do
advocate.
and by the way, that breached your trust. If what you are saying is accurate, that breached your
It
trust.
didn't breach my trust, but I was like, ooh, I do got to be careful what I tell Ariel.
Wow.
Really?
I'll talk.
I did.
This
I
actually
did.
goes back to the D1 Glazer stuff now.
No, I'm
Now
just
this-
saying. I'm just saying because I told you as like a guy in the industry, not like I didn't think you would go right to the show and say it.
Okay.
That's all. And by the way, I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying it
Not that
wasn't.
you do, but also I will stick to my guns. I will stick to my guns and say I actually was saying that there was credence to it.
Well, there was. Those
know.
were real conversations, but the only way people would know that they were legitimate conversations is because I told you and you said it.
Absolutely not. You don't think I talked to people on the other side of the fence?
Yeah, that's
Who?
what I was saying.
Were you fighting your shadow?
There's another
My
opponent.
shadow.
There's another opponent.
Yeah. Like he's saying he
Conor?
has sources
Yeah.
across the globe.
Like I talked to there's other people involved.
Oh.
So
it was on the record when you spoke with Conor.
I'm not
Or
saying
did you
I
do the
spoke to
same thing
anyone.
you did with me? to him?
I'm not saying I spoke to anyone, but you weren't the only player involved. It wasn't like Logan Paul has signed with so and so, and there's only really one entity that could tell me that.
Dude, are you gonna
Fight Dana White.
fight Dana White?
No.
Where do you
stand
stand currently with UFC?
Well, you asked me like 4 other questions prior, and I never really addressed them. I don't know if you want
Go
me
with
to
this
address
one.
them. Go with this one.
Yeah.
Where do I stand with? Wait, what was the question?
Where do
Dana
you currently
and the UFC.
Yeah.
My relation. Okay, let's start with Dana. It is a non-existent relationship, which means, do we text? Do we call? Do we exchange things? No. There was once a period from like 2009 to 2016 where it couldn't have been any better. The texting, the calling, the interviews, the interactions, all that stuff. And 2016, it all kind of, blew up, fizzled, whatever. But he exists and is doing his thing and thriving. And I exist doing my thing and thriving. Meaning I still cover the sport. I still think I cover it very favorably and honestly and all that stuff. Still have all the guys there. We were at International Fight Week. We were doing all this stuff. And so we just kind of exist. There's different people that exist.
We
But
were there. Were you weren't there?
I was in Las Vegas. We were doing a bunch of stuff at the Venetian. We had Izzy, we had Volk, we had Tom Aspinall.
Can you go to a fight?
Okay, so now we go back to the other question.
Okay.
2016, when I broke the Brock Lesnar news, which I didn't breach any trust, and no one in the UFC told me there was no mole, all this stuff is 1,000% not true. I was banned from the UFC for 48 hours. Banned for 48 hours. I was escorted out of the building for 48 hours. The people had my back. There was an uprising, all this stuff. I've talked about it a million times. I was unbanned 48 hours later, meaning that Monday night I was unbanned. That event was UFC 199, June of 2016. I was at UFC 200.
Dates ago.
I was at UFC 201. I was at 202. I was at 203. I was at 210. I was,
Oh, you were there.
Got it,
yes.
got
So
it.
so the Johnny Come Latelys, not naming any names, think
He's
that
called you an outsider.
think that
Johnny
I've
Come
been
Lately.
banned since then. They've just completely erased time. I went to work for ESPN. I was at every single event there. The last UFC event that I went to was March of 2020,
Got it.
right before the pandemic. It was Izzy against Yoel Romero. A year and a half, then the pandemic hit. We didn't travel, blah, blah, blah. My contract expired. I chose not to resign. I wanted to go out and explore some other things. It all worked out. And I said to myself that I don't really need to go. I'll be honest, it wasn't very friendly towards the end. They made life a little bit difficult for me, but I have not applied for credentials since that event. So if I do apply, are they welcoming me back? Probably not. Like, they're not thrilled about it, but I don't know. So people say, like, how does it feel to be banned? Can you go? I don't know the answer to that. I have not actually applied. Is it the same as someone who's like, oh, you know you're about to get fired, so you don't like show up to work? I don't know. But the 1000% truth is, and you can ask them, I have not applied for a credential since March of 2020.
Do you think, well, are you upset that your relationship with the UFC and Dana White has unfolded the way it has?
I wish it was better, 100%. 100%. Because I don't think that, I don't think that the, I don't think what I did was worth any of this. Meaning, I don't think what I did warranted any of this.
I again, personally, as someone who's known about you for a while, was kind of upset when I saw like what appeared to be like a falling out happen.
Oh yeah.
Because in my head, I went, man, as like the MMA journalist, commentator, interviewer guy, losing that relationship, I was concerned about how your business would go on. And then when the MMA hour started to kind of take off independently and you found just a way to make it work even outside of the UFC affiliation, that made me very happy. I always like when people can stand on their own legs outside.
Obviously, you want to have good relationships with everyone.
Yeah.
It would be great. And I've tried. I've sent texts and stuff like that. And not because I want anything, not because I want them on the show, not because I want information, not because I want to be friends.
Yeah.
But I just think, again, going back to you only get one shot at life.
Yep.
I just would like to be in good standing with as many people as possible. It would be a good way to live. But
You're cool with the WWE, right?
I would like to think so.
I think you are.
I hope so. No, I mean, obviously, I know Nick very well.
Yeah, and you're versed on wrestling.
I adore
which
wrestling.
helps. Yeah, which helps.
I adore wrestling. I adore wrestling.
There's not,
and I'd like to think that I cover it again, like the same way I try to cover MMA. I don't consider myself a wrestling journalist like I maybe do in MMA, but like when I interview the guys, like I do it with the utmost respect. I got to be backstage once, and it was like one of the greatest weekends of my life.
You cool with Turkey?
Turkey and I are good. Yes, we are good.
Why you laugh?
Well, because there was a thing recently where he said that I unfollowed him and all this, but this is all pro wrestling work stuff. Turkey, I remember when he DM'd me the very first time, and he was like, come to the event, and it didn't work out. This was Francis versus Tyson Fury. And I think that I was one of the first people to say, like, no, Francis versus Tyson Fury is legit. It's real. It's good. I think I've been very kind to them. But again, sometimes people get in others' ears. Sometimes people want to paint me into the bad guys. Sometimes people don't like when I voice my opinion. Show me once, Dana White, anyone who is appearing to be like an enemy of mine, show me once that I was unfair, that I hit them below the belt, that I was disrespectful, that I was unprofessional, that I made it personal. Show me once.
I want to give you an opportunity right now because I know we have a stop because you have other business to
At my show. I never do shows before my show. I've never done one.
Let's go.
We're honored. We don't do what I'm about to do right now, which is superlatives. I'm going to I want to throw some names at you and just give a quick take on where they are and where you think they're going next. Maybe join in too. Sugar Sean.
O'Malley?
Yeah.
Superstar. You want me to just give you one?
No, not one word. I'd like to quick take.
Okay. Superstar, one of the faces of the UFC. Kids especially love him. Like my nephews adore him. They're in their teens.
Where does he go?
I think he's exceeded a lot of people's expectations. Where does he go? He'll be just fine. Some guys don't necessarily need the belt. They don't necessarily need to be champion. You know what I mean? I think he's one of those guys. Is it better for him? Yes. But I think people are going to still want to watch him. And by the way, I don't think 145 is out of the question too. Meaning him moving up.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, incredible businessman, disruptor, as they like to say, box office, and
Where does he go next?
he has my respect. The Joshua thing is crazy.
Can I ask, is that a real conversation? Logan, do you know anything about that?
I know that Jake's a fucking lunatic, and it's probably real.
I think it's real.
I think it's real.
I think it's real.
Explain this to me,
I
please.
think it's real as in there are real conversations happening.
Yeah.
Do I think it actually ends up happening? Who knows? I saw Joshua knock out Francis Ngannou, and the guy was like out cold for 5 minutes. And this is a guy who had never been knocked down, let alone knocked out. Like it looked like he was and that's Francis.
Yeah.
You know? So
nasty.
But dude, if
this is an Olympic gold
if
medalist.
he even steps, I'm not talking about beats him. If he steps in the ring with him and actually a bell rings and there are punches thrown, every bit of Jake Paul is not a real boxer conversation is gone forever.
I don't
Agreed?
even subscribe to that. I think that's just like hater
Well,
stuff.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. But now it becomes completely unrealistic.
Ooh. I do want to ask on this note.
Sure.
So Jake just hired a powerhouse attorney, Alex Spiro,
He saw it, I'm sure.
to help him take down people who are claiming that his fights are rigged.
Yeah.
Because some notable people in the industry who claim Jake's fights are rigged, which, as you know, they're not, but it does hurt his business and his credibility. And it's definitely a thing for people to say when they want to validate the fact that they can't believe that he's doing
sure.
what he's doing. Do you have any thoughts on maybe where that's going to go?
I don't know if it's just a way to let people know, like, don't mess with us or stop talking shit. But I think it's a valid thing. Look, people don't like when people sue. They think it's like, you know, it's whack shit. Like, oh, you're being like, oh, you don't sue, you don't do that. Devin Haney got a lot of shit, totally different thing. But like, deal with it like a man. But no, there is a case to be made that it does hurt his business. And so,
It absolutely hurts his business. Look
it's
at
become a thing. Every time he
any
fights.
post of Jake Paul winning anything. It's all rigged bullshit. Like that.
Eddie Hearn sued him when Jake suggested that, you know, he was messing with the judges and stuff.
Yeah.
And he said that this was hurting our business. And so his business is so big at this point, as you know, why not? And when a guy like, you know, a Piers Morgan says something like that, who has a massive, massive platform and just throws it out there.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you have other people who are like, oh shit, it's fake.
I think accountability is important, dude. And when you're in a position like Jake and myself are in, where, you know, we're polarizing and we're kind of hate magnets for certain people, we just rub people the wrong way and invite a lot of criticism that has objectively provable damages. And you can hold people accountable for those damages, especially when it's unwarranted and unfounded in truth. I personally think is important because
100%.
you do have to draw the line in the sand somewhere.
Of course,
I think. And like, if you sign up to play this game, which we have, and we've made it this far, I think protecting the sanctity of truth and reality, i.e., Jake Paul's fights are as real as fights can get, is a very important thing.
This is on a much, much smaller scale. But even like when people are like, oh man, you've been banned since 2016, that annoys me because it's not true.
Yeah. The only thing is there's no damages. That's like a fun rumor that we
It's just
brought up for
annoying.
shits
No, but
and
it's not just you guys. It's just like every time.
Why don't you go to a fight? Just one. And just like, I don't know, nip that in the bud.
I don't know. I don't feel the need. I have things that I have to do at home. I do a post show, and it would just be easier for me. And I just sort of made a vow to myself, because the end was a little bit uncomfortable. Like I wasn't. It was very clear that like the relationship wasn't great.
Okay, just cut the cord. And
I was just like, what do I need? What? I love my family. I love my kids. I don't like missing their soccer games on the weekend.
Yeah.
Why am I going to leave and go where I'm not welcome, and leave where I am welcome?
Yep.
But by the way, I'm not sitting here saying like I'm never going or I'm never going to try to go or you know, like
Never say never.
Of course, I would love if things got better. Am I actively trying to fix that? No, because I tried a few times and nothing happened. But like I said, we exist. I've got my thing. Uncrowned.com. I launched my own combat vertical with Yahoo.
Cool.
It's huge for me. I own the IP. I own the business. I own my content. This is a massive, massive deal for me.
Yeah.
And it's been exactly a year. So I'm very happy with where things are at.
Cool.
I was going to ask about Bud and Canelo just because it's such an important topic, but I don't know how you have to.
I think Terence Crawford wins.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Prime athlete, baby. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wins. I think there's more at stake for him. I think he's more motivated. I think that a lot is being made of the weight. And I think people are forgetting who Terence Crawford is.
Oh,
One of
he's
greatest
the
fighters of all
real
time.
deal.
Hell yeah.
Switch hitter, unbelievable. When he is at his best, he didn't look great in his last fight at 154 against Madrimov. This is a huge jump up. I recognize that. I don't think Canelo has looked great as of late. I think Crawford wins via decision.
Let's go.
And I think he shows that he is one of the greatest and probably one of the most underappreciated boxers of the last decade.
Hell yeah. Love that take. Last thing, I got to ask you about
Yes,
Ben
sir.
Askren.
Yes,
Got to
sir. Oh,
ask you
God.
about Ben Askren.
Yes.
God
bless.
What a crazy thing.
Yeah, man.
What he got pneumonia.
Got pneumonia.
Double lung transplant.
Insane.
Unbelievable.
Fighting in the hospital.
What an
giving us
inspiration,
updates
right?
live. Like
the guy is incredible. And look, when he fought Jake, there was a lot of slander thrown his way. This guy's out of shape. First of all, this guy's like an Olympian, Dan Hodge trophy winner multiple time. Like to be in the frame of mind that he's in right now, like to be going through what he's going through, and to also feel the need to like teach people lesson at the same time and not lick your wounds and not feel sorry for yourself is a great sort of is a great lesson to us all. And by the way, you were going back to the we at International Fight Week in Vegas. When I was in Las Vegas with all those athletes like Tom Aspinall and Volkanovski and Izzy and Marab and Dan Hooker, we had a table, poker table, where all the fighters came. We had them sign it and we auctioned it off. And we made about like $6,300 that went to Ben Askren's family. So yeah, maybe I'm not sitting in the front row eating the free catering, but I still feel like I have some kind of impact on things.
yeah, excellent. All right, dude. That's all we got for you today.
That's it.
Go do your show.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for doing our
Paul
show.
Heyman on today.
Before your show. Paul Heyman?
I hope I'm not. Am I dating us? When's this coming out? By the way, this is a pre-tape. Don't hold on to this and like put me at the end of.
No, I think we're gonna go next Tuesday.
I said this.
Because then it
at the
gets
time,
like
yeah.
it gets outdated. And
Nah, we
we
won't do
we
that
should go
too.
next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yo,
Well, now
ask,
people will know.
ask Paul whose idea the fake injury was with Seth Rollins, because I have to say that was dirty.
Oh wait. I think were you claiming it was yours?
No.
Okay, you wanna legit know.
I want to know
Yeah,
like,
it's
whose
tremendous.
idea was this?
Incredible.
Bro,
Great theater.
the dude's at home like on crutches, taking his daughter for a walk down the
amazing.
street on crutches. Like,
Wrestling, baby. Kayfabe.
I mean,
still lives.
I mean, I guess so, but it's
Do you know what kayfabe means, by the way?
yeah, of course, bro. Yeah, of course. Just yeah. Anyways,
Is this a worker?
yeah, Ariel Helwani, thank you, bro. Thanks for joining us. Hey, check out his show. He's got Paul Heyman on today. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Peace.